aunties and good people. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out some of the dumbest things that billionaires own. So let's get into the video.
Today, I'm gonna remind myself I'm incredibly poor and I'm a huge loser by counting down the 10 most expensive dumb things bought by rich people. Please leave a like so we all feel better. Let's jump into number 10. Cell phones have become a necessity in today's world, be it through surfing the web or using them to call friends and family. Basically, everyone and their dog has one. Just in billionaire fashion, of course, you gotta take that over the top too, and what better way to do that than to create a $15 million iPhone?
Question. Why do you need a cell phone, iPhone, whatever? Why do you need a $15 million phone? What can this phone do that a regular standard phone can't do? That's question number one.
And a businessman from Hong Kong's iPhone 5 is absolutely covered in gold and diamonds. Not just any diamonds, but an extremely rare 26 karat black diamond. As well, I'm not joking, he literally used that as his home button.
For what? Like, I don't get it. I mean, $15 million, you know how much or how many people $15 million can feed and provide shelter and education and, you know, some kind of health care. Like, that is just frivolous spending. We're just getting started and I'm already irritated by the lack of, I don't know what to call it. It's just frivolous.
Dogs are man's best friend for a reason, and what better way to spoil them than a $3.2 million collar?
Did they say $3.2 million for a collar, a dog collar? Now, I've had a dog, and I absolutely love my pooch. He had a collar, and it worked just the same. I got it from, what, PetSmart or Petco or one of those stores. I don't know. But, I mean, I can't imagine this collar, $3.2 million collar, doing something more than a collar from, you know, a regular store. And I would imagine that this collar would be a little more heavy because it has those diamond accessories or whatever. I don't know.
Vehicle is a Mercedes SL 600 worth an estimated $4.8 million.
Oh my gosh. This is so frustrating. I just, okay. But don't you always have to, from, I don't know, just like common knowledge, to make sure that the diamonds are set regularly so they're not loose and one can fall out or whatever? I mean, I can't imagine him driving this car. Will he just keep it on display and just keep it on one of those like turntables or something?
Crazier and talk about this solid gold bathroom. Located in Manhattan's Soho neighborhood, this is the master bath in a $12 million loft. The price tag on the entire apartment is enormous, but quite a large amount of that money is being made up by just the bathroom, and more specifically, the golden bathtub.
Standing tub, all gold mosaic tile, and then a mirrored ceiling.
I can't even imagine spending this much cash on a bathroom. I mean, does it really make your showers, or more importantly, poops, that much better? I mean, well, maybe the more I think about it. But seriously, how extra do you have to be to bathe in a golden tub?
Don't get me wrong, that tub is beautiful. But I mean, why? I don't know how you would have to take care of this tub because that's not my status. Because all I know is you get toothpaste and a toothbrush and you scrub and clean it. So I don't know how many toothbrushes and toothpaste they would use for that. All that gold tile and dollar signs and gold. I mean, it just looks gaudy and bulky and just, I feel like it's a lot. It's like overly, like, okay, it's nice. At some point, you was like, okay, that's too much. You know what I mean?
For my dog, but spending millions of dollars recreating a mansion just for my dog is definitely not something that would come to my mind. Here we have a purchase made by Paris Hilton. Similar to that diamond dog collar from earlier, she is yet another rich person treating her puppies right. In fact, Paris had an entire separate mini mansion replica of her own mansion made just for all of her dogs to chill in.
I cannot lie. I love pooches. I absolutely love pooches. Now, I don't know. If I had a pooch, I don't know if I would necessarily get them a replica of a house, but like, you know, a dog house. And, you know, if you can get electricity, you know, run out to their house with some air, because it can get quite hot, you know, if they, especially they want to go outside and kind of frolic and do what they do. And, you know, you want to and they have their little dog house outside, you can have the air on. So I know it's like I'm kind of contradicting, but I have a soft spot for dogs. I'm sorry.
You ever need a solid gold toilet and matching gold toilet paper?
It's gold. That is amazing. Gold handle. Look at that. The water even looks gold.
Jokes aside, I have zero idea what would possess anyone to buy a gold toilet. Like, how are you even using that to flex on people? It's like the icing on the cake. You've already shown everyone your massive house, and when they need to go to the bathroom, boom, golden toilet.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know. What can you say about it? Because I don't know what to say. A gold toilet? I mean, why? What do you need a gold toilet for?
When you find the right barber or hairdresser that really gives you that haircut you're looking for, it's like finding a diamond in a haystack. This is one lesson from me to you. Treat them well. The Sultan of Brunei, though, might be a little too generous with his. Considering that his barber gets a pretty great payday every month, with him being paid roughly $24,000 per trip to Brunei, haircuts cannot be that expensive.
Now, I have to say this. I took barbering in high school and cosmetology once I graduated high school. So I have a soft spot for the, I guess, industry. What is it? $24,000 tip is very generous. I could only dream of getting that. I would get maybe $10 tip sometimes, especially when I was like an assistant before I became a cosmetologist. And, you know, those tips, they come in handy.
Some things sell for hundreds of dollars that are beautiful, then some works are considered abstract, like that banana taped to a wall, which sold for $120,000.
I remember that.
Unfortunately, that's not our number 2 entry, but it's comparable to what this spot actually goes to. This piece was made by artist Damien Hirst and is literally a stuffed tiger shark encased in formaldehyde, which is some kind of liquid. The shark itself was caught and sold to Hirst for about $8,000 US, but the labor required also cost him an additional $65,000. Here's the kicker. Compared to how much this piece of art sold for, the price he paid was chump change.
$73,000. That is a lot of...
Here's the kicker. Compared to how much this piece of art sold for, the price he paid was chump change. Sold to Professor Stephen Cohen for an estimated $8 million, this ended up being one expensive sea creature. If I had something like this in my house, I'd probably go out to the kitchen late at night only to see it and low-key freak out. Even still, I've definitely got to say, it must be a pretty good talking piece if you ever have a company. Like, oh yeah, this is my shark. Gaga has always been a mysterious figure ever since her debut back in 2005, but even knowing that, I'm still scratching my head when you tell me she bought this. Probably inspired by the show Ghost Hunters, Gaga made a pretty unique purchase back in 2010 when she picked up a literal ghost detector. Better known as an EMF or electrical field meter, devices like these are intended to let us detect any spirits in the room through the electrical currents in the air.
No, thank you. Leave them where they are. Let them be, please. Like, why you want to conjure up something? Just leave them alone. I don't know. That's just not for me.
I have no idea why a massive star like her would even want to purchase something like this, let alone with the price tag of $50,000. She says the purchase was made after she felt like she might have a stalker she just couldn't shake. She even named the stalker Ryan and kept saying it was a spirit that she insisted was stalking her as she was touring the world at the start of the 2010s. While paranoia can make you do some crazy things, paying $50,000 for a ghost detector is definitely taking things a bit too far. Also, I know this is technically cheating because she isn't a billionaire, but once I saw it, I knew it had to be the honorable mention. I totally understand loving gold, but this guy takes it to a whole other level with this 22 karat gold button-up shirt.
Oh my gosh. That shirt looks so silly to me. I'm sorry. It looks like it's puffy, you know, and it looks like it doesn't bend very well. Like, you know, how, you know, I mean, I would imagine that it's wrinkle free. I can't see how it would get any wrinkles. And then there's an extra 9 pounds. And then on top of that, doesn't it kind of get a little more hot under the sun? Or
I enjoy flashy clothes as much as the next guy, but the $213,000 price tag on this shirt is a little out of my budget for a night out on the town. Today we've got the world's most expensive pen you'll never use. Made by jeweler Montblanc, the fountain pen is encrusted with an insane 4,810 diamonds. It's a limited edition item only produced at a rate of 8 per year and sold at $160,000 per pen.
Year in the world, it is set with 4,810 diamonds and adorned with a Mont Blanc diamond on the snow cap.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care how you dress it up. It's an ink pen. I mean, it's an ink pen. For me, if you have that much money to spend where you're buying things or just making something just that more overly because you have that much more money, to me, that means you should be, helping your fellow man, to me. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just can't see me having this excessive amount of money and I'm going to just diamond or bling out or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. An ink pen. I mean, what you going to bling out a cigarette next? I want some blingy noodles. I want some shiny noodles. I mean, what's next?
To put that in perspective, you can buy roughly 1.9 million Bic ballpoint pens for the price of this. I just hope it writes well for the price.
And is the ink unlimited? Does it forever have ink? Does it, I mean, because ink pens after a while they run out. So is it replaceable or refillable or whatever? I mean, because are you gonna have to replace the ink, but I get a whole new ink pen every time when the ink runs out? This video has me stuttering like crazy.
It looks great, but realistically, only billionaires with stupid amounts of extra cash lying around would even bother buying something like this. Considering that they only produce 8 of these a year, I assume they have to sell at least that many, which is still pretty insane. Especially considering most people don't even handwrite things nowadays. In hindsight though, it would be kind of cool to sign a check for loads of cash with one of these now that I think about it.
Now that the torture is over, would you be willing to spend that kind of money on any one of these particular items? And if not those particular items, what would you be willing to spend, an excessive amount of money on? I think out of all of the different things that were kind of excessive, the gold shirt is what took the cake for me. I mean, a gold shirt. Why? What do you need a gold shirt for? It just looks so silly to me. Because it looked like it had a bunch of, what's that stuff called? That's when you wanted to get the wrinkles out your shirt and you spray starch. It looked like a shirt made of spray starch. It looks so stiff. But anyways, we are at the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. And hit that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And until next time, you guys take it easy. And don't forget to put in the comment section what you think about this video. Peace.